Yo, what is going on? This is that guy Face with Face and Music Media. Well, what do we have here? Looks like Softube dropped another VST Synth. Let's get into it.
Oh yeah. Oh my. Oh yeah. Face the music.
So, I got an email early this morning saying that Softube dropped a new VST Synth and it's based off the Prophet. So you know I had to jump on it. But anyway, before we get into that, if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. And go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Also, drop a comment below. The engagement does help with the algorithm, so we would appreciate if you would do that for us. Also, make sure you go to realloops.com. That's REELLOOPS, and get the new Sweet Fusion Volume 2. And so we got Volume 1 and Volume 2, so you definitely want to check that out. It's a ton of sounds. It's crazy for most of the Cherry Audio synthesizers, so you want to check that out. realloops.com. Also, go ahead and subscribe to the playlist down in the description box for the singles. So singles by That Guy Face. Okay, we got 3 singles out right now. We got more coming, so you want to stay tuned. Go ahead and add it to your Spotify too. We would appreciate the support. We would appreciate the love and support. Anyway, man, let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm over here on the website and I'm like, oh, okay, destined to change everything again. Oh, okay. So we setting the bar high right off the jump. So let's head on over here to Ableton Live. So let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Pretty simple, you know. We have the modulation section here where you're gonna have a per voice modulation, and then you have a global modulation that controls all the voices all at the same time. We have our oscillators here, oscillator 1 and oscillator 2. We have our programmer here, which is based on the original that had the presets. We have our mixer, oscillator 1, 2, and then our noise oscillator. We have our filter section here with the filter envelope here. And then we have our amplifier envelope here. We have our pitch section here, unison section here. And then right here, there's an agent button. So we have our pitch and mod wheel down here, and that's that. If you've seen any of my other videos, you already know what time it is. You know what I like to do first. I love to do the oscillator detune. I'm gonna go over here. Let's go back to init patch. So now I'm gonna turn off oscillator 2 and let's take a listen to the oscillator. I notice it's got a little bit of noise in there. So in order to do the natural phase detune sound, what we have to do is detune the oscillator. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn oscillator 1 down. Let's boost oscillator 2. Let's choose our waveform here. We'll go with ramp up. Let's take a listen and see what it sounds like. So now let's go ahead and start to detune. Sounds nice and thick, and I love the noise in the background on this. I can't even lie. I always check with every VST. I always check to see how the natural phase of the oscillators interacts with the filter. You can find these magical little sweet spots in the filter with that phase, how it shifts the oscillator while it's detuning. It can create some really interesting sounds. So I'm just going to take a listen to that. love that sound. But it's interesting though. I'm not sure if that's based on the original or not, but the filter is really steppy. So some of the other Prophet plugins that I've used, like for instance, the Uhi Repro, the filters aren't that steppy like that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they're based on the same synth, so that could be what it is. But anyway, it still sounds good, but let's keep it moving. It has that weird like computer type sound. I'm gonna turn on the reverb really quick just to hear what it sounds like. I've got the Cherry Audio Galactic reverb, so you know what time it is. Nice. So I have a chord progression I played in the background. Let's go ahead and just build out a pad sound from scratch and see what we come up with, man. I'm gonna change the octaves here and go up a little bit. And then I'm gonna change the shape over to a square. So we'll deselect that. Turn that down just a little bit. I'm over here in the global voices. We'll turn this down a little bit, sync it to the DAW. Let's go with 1 there. We'll choose pulse width 1, pulse width 2. So in order to actually hear the effect, we have to boost the modulation wheel here. And so let's take a listen. Let's speed it up and see what that sounds like. That's kind of noisy though. I don't know about that, the extra little noise in the background. Maybe it's just based on the original. I don't know, but it's a little bit much for me. I don't know. It's a little bit much. I want to come back over to the saw wave and I'm going to sync that so we can do some frequency modulation. So let's just test that out and see what that sounds like. So basically, we're going to use the oscillators to modulate the oscillators. Let's go ahead and take a listen to that. Now let's go ahead and try to modulate that here. So we'll take these off and we'll choose frequency 1 for oscillator 1. Well, let's take a listen to that. Okay, that sounds good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the filter and have it match that. So let's see what that sounds like. Nice. I love that. That sounds good. I'm gonna try for the square wave and see what that sounds like. Let's take a listen. Beautiful. Okay, okay. I'm not mad at that at all. I could not complain. I'm gonna mess with this filter a little bit though, and see what we can get out of that envelope. So let's do this. I'm gonna boost the decay, bring that sustain down, and I'm going to bring the attack down some. Let's take a listen to that and see what that sounds like. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I want to turn on some effects here. I'm gonna start with the tape echoes. I have a little bit of dirt on it. I have the triple head for tap 1, 2, and 3. Feedback is low. Let's turn that reverb down though. Let's just take a listen to see what that sounds like. I'm loving that. Let's add the reverb though and see what that sounds like with the Galactic verb. Basically, I have the decay at around 4.5. I have a nice long pre-delay. Damp is at 5. Modulation is on, so it's moving slow, and the depth is kind of low, so you really can't hear it, but it's more of like a texture thing. Let's just take a listen. Beautiful. I love that. Anyway, man, that's the end of this video. You let me know what you think about Softube's Model 80 down in the comments below. Do you like the sound of it? Do you think you're gonna pick it up? Let me know down in the comments below. My thoughts, I think it sounds good. I don't like the sound of the filter though. I just can't get past that little blah, 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 blah. All that extra little steppy. I'm just not into it. I like smooth sounding filters, but you can still make some really dope sounds with this plugin. It's not that you can't. It's just for me, I didn't have that experience where, you know, I was having a lot of fun. I'm just getting lost and, you know, but it still sounds good. It still sounds good. And after digging, you know, then I could make some sounds. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, cool. But it took a little bit of digging, which that's not a problem. That's not like something that you don't want to have to do, but it's just for my personal preference. I like synthesizers that instantly feel good to program. This one is kind of like, I don't know. When I hear those filters, it just kind of throws me off, and that's just me personally. Like I said, I don't know if that's based on the original or not, so maybe it is. I don't know. But either way, man, this is That Guy Face the Music Media. Look, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Go ahead and hit the bell for notifications, and go ahead and hit the video with a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Drop a comment below as well. The engagement does help with the algorithm, and we would appreciate if you would do that for us. Also, go to realloops.com. That's REELLOOPS, and get the Sweet Fusion preset pack. We got volume 1 and volume 2. And go ahead and subscribe to the playlist for the singles by That Guy Face as well. You know, the link will be in the description box, so you want to check that out. This is That Guy Face the Music Media. We out of here. Oh, and to play us out, I'm gonna go ahead and add on dirty tape and Softube tape. So peace.